Hello, my friends, and welcome to the 2023 Music City Open, presented by Lone Star Disc. We're here at the Mill Ridge Disc Golf Course in Antioch, Tennessee, and this is a Disc Golf Pro Tour Elite Series event in my hometown. I'm from Nashville. I'm Holly Finley, and I'm here with my commentary partner, Connor O'Reilly.
Super excited that we got some sunshine for the final day. It just seems like disc golf tournaments always seem to give us the best weather in the final day. It's a thing. It really is. And here we have a look at that leaderboard real quick. One player under par for the entire tournament right now, and that's Kristen Tatar. Got Jennifer Allen only 2 back, as well as Colin Handley. Eveliina not too far off. She had a hot start to the front, kind of tapered off a little bit at the end, but let's see if she can rekindle that flame here on hole 10. 285 feet over this little gap and creek here. If you hit the gap and you have a little bit of turn on your disc, you should have some kind of a putt. Elevated basket just to make this one a little bit trickier as you get up close. But definitely a hole these players are looking to score a birdie or at least have a putt inside 45. Oh, if she squared that tree into the creek, that would have been a lot tougher up and down, but it'll be pretty easy from there.
Ooh, Eveliina hitting the main gap. I love the height on it.
Loading it up.
Oh my gosh. Hits the tower. That
Catches
was
the
tasty.
side. Wow, that was like some kind of putter almost out of Eveliina. With her power, I would not doubt it. Mid-range at fastest. She catches the side a little bit higher. Who knows? Oh, this looks great too. Not quite as turned, but in terms of scoring a birdie, she's right there.
Perfect gap hit.
Oh,
And Catrina getting some world champ love from the course. Doesn't quite line her shot up correctly, but the course does it for her. She'll have a putt at birdie. First up, Gilpin.
oh.
Sometimes I like that sound. Oh, didn't want any taste of that putt.
And while Catrina did get a good kick off the tee, I'm sure she's still feeling a bit out of sorts. She hasn't quite dialed in the release, and good cleanup for birdie from Henna.
Solid birdie from Eveliina as well. Catrina accepting an easy drop-in par, as does Sarah.
It were interesting to know how much of like the same disc selection Eveliina and Henna have gone with off the tee all around. I feel like it's been pretty similar so far. They have very similar power zones, and obviously they play for the same company.
Hole 11, my favorite hole on the course, 270 feet, par 3. It's a nice straight shot with a low ceiling. You can start off with some height, but it needs to drop down and go under this canopy. If you go left or right into the bushy stuff, it's no good, folks. You can also throw a faster shot a little lower and possibly skip up into the green. But watch out for the rocks, they can give you some weird kicks.
Yeah, these rocks almost tear up like a staircase in a way to where if you don't clear that level, you're not really getting past it.
Trim the lower
Eveliina.
part of the canopy. Perfect shot.
Another ace run. Wow.
Ah, that was so good.
She's on Ace Run Pro for a reason today, you guys.
It's the same disc that Henna threw on the hole before.
Wow, they're both just filleting lines right now.
Another run back.
Well deserved. I believe these are probably rock 3s out of both these guys. Ladies, I should say. And yeah, great disc for playing straight shots. Like that same disc out of Sarah, just not quite enough momentum on that one. It's gonna be a tricky lie.
It's close to the basket, but it is tricky. Let's see if that can get a bit of a left finish for Catrina.
Man,
Couldn't quite tell where it ended up.
it's hard to watch Catrina just not being able to find her release point.
It's not quite herself. Let's see what kind of creativity Sarah's got for us. Is that the slammer?
Yeah, there's that Saki Bomb slammer. And
Hey, that's a putt. That's all you need.
yeah, very makeable. Let's see if she can continue that par streak. Fortunately, Catrina gets to a spot where she can try to give it a bid.
Wow.
Yeah, great extension with the leg there, getting the lower body into it on that uphill putt. Showing why she was the putting world champ. Or is currently, I should say.
Henna getting the birdie. CTP.
Eveliina making sure to take this one serious. She knows that she's throwing the disc well and she needs to collect on those putts. Where do you put your mini, Holly? Do you carry it on your person? What pocket?
No, it lives in my disc golf bag. And I have lost 2 minis in the last 6 months. One was not returned, but the other one was actually found by my friend Sarah out of Texas, and she mailed it to me. It should be there when I get home tomorrow.
Missy, taking the risk.
Hole 12, we got a tight gap off the tee on this par 4. You beat this cluster of trees right here and have the nose up or the hyzer angle that you need, you should be pretty happy. If you can work yourself left enough to see this basket, it's going to make that approach a lot easier. Key here is to hit the gap, throw straight but with the nose up and maybe a little bit of hyzer angle on that wing, and you should be good to go from there.
I just noticed that was Sarah Hokum and her little dog Raven on the drone flyover. Oh, Eveliina does not hit the gap, and she is stuck in that center area. It's going to be a working woman's par from there. Ooh, I love the height and the angle on this.
Yeah, we saw Henna really put this one in almost the best position you can imagine yesterday, and same deal today.
That's birdie territory.
Sarah nice and controlled, prioritizing the gap and the accuracy over distance, continuing her streak of smart and safe play. There you go, Catrina. Chooses the tightest gap on the course to finally dial it in. Well, the tightest par 4 gap, I should say. Hole 3 takes the cake on that one. Eveliina showing some forehand distance that she hasn't really busted out during the round.
This is Gilpin's second shot. She can get enough distance. She can get up there for a birdie putt. And that's about 38 feet.
Catrina just hangs it out a little bit, kind of drops her head right when she releases it. She knows she didn't put it as close as she wanted. You see that split. So Eveliina,
I saw
my
that.
gosh.
Did you see the grip
Yeah,
on the
The power shot,
one,
she went with the
and
stack.
then yes,
Yep.
I just saw that as well.
Or she went with like the index folded in onto the rim,
Yes.
whereas on the touch shot she went with fan grip. Definitely an important thing to note for you guys who are trying to throw with power and with touch on the forehand. Maybe try a different grip for those short shots if you're having trouble kind of floating them there.
This is Gilpin for birdie from 38 feet.
Oh, great.
Doesn't quite connect.
Such a clean release. I felt good about it.
I did too. This is Catrina for birdie.
See you drinking that water back there, Conrad, and good on you. Oh. Tough go from Henna, taking another par after throwing probably the best drive of the day on that hole.
Sarah Gilpin's par streak continues.
And hole 12 actually played at even par today, as well as hole 10. So the back nine already starting off with 3 easier holes for these players to try to claw themselves back into contention, or maybe fight for that podium finish, more likely.
Hole 13, par 4, 526 feet. Your drive is all about placement. If you want to get the birdie, you need to land in optimal position, preferably lined up with this gap. That'll give you a nice hyzer shot. You can come in near the basket and hopefully have yourself a drop-in putt. If you land anywhere out of position or you throw it too far into that center section of trees, that's when you're looking at trouble. It's a fairly simple birdie. Once again, as long as you can land your drive in a good position.
That's great from Eveliina. Just past those last trees on the right. Gonna have a wide open gap. And Henna playing that same yellow Thunderbird that she did. And almost puts it on top of her. Yeah, they've really got those shots down in. They've been hanging out with each other all day.
Gilpin's shot is looking a little left.
Yeah, gonna be hard to birdie from there, but easy par position. Catrina may be going with the mid-range here, just to make sure not to have too much fade on the disc. Smart play.
Gilpin was actually lined up really nicely with the gap, just a bit shorter than it looked. And she'll be able to play for par from there.
Catrina looked like she goes mid-mid. Puts it there, understands this hole isn't about distance, it's about placement off the tee.
Wow.
You know what they say, when in doubt, take the Spike Heiser route.
Now, they don't say that. That's what y'all say.
I'm from Texas, that's what we say where I'm from.
That's what y'all say. Wow.
Yeah, it looked like it might catch part of the bucket there again, but just outside the circle, coming back at it for Eveliina.
This is Gilpin for long birdie.
Yeah, even though she was laying up, made sure to put a high spin rate on it so it would hit the ground and stick nicely, not kind of do that stand up that the slow disc can do sometimes. Wow, Eveliina misses that. I feel like, you know, she's had a strong putting day so far.
I agree with that. And we've seen a couple of similar misses out of Henna as well. Band hit, just hitting right off the top of the cage. Catrina, however, capturing the birdie here on the 13th. You know that's got to feel good.
Yeah, Henna and Eveliina are both players that as soon as they figure out just the mental side of the putting, you guys, they are going to win some elite events. They throw the disc as good as anybody in the field. Yeah, it's got to keep practicing, keep tinkering, keep trying to figure out the mindset. A never-ending battle.
That's what makes it so fun.
And sometimes, you know, if you throw the disc really well, give yourself those opportunities, you kind of build that pressure up inside, wanting to score instead of just throwing the putt to throw the putt. Hole 14, another 315-foot par 3. This one is a dual option. Right side gap brings you straight to the basket, but you do have an out of bounds line on the right to navigate, as well as a couple clumps of trees on the left to get past. Very muddy as you come in here on the short side if you're going down this gap. We'll also see a lot of players taking a forehand out to the left, even players who aren't as comfortable knowing that it's just not as dangerous of a miss.
Definitely swinging it wide enough to not even mess with that middle stuff. She'll have a long putt at birdie.
Really interesting to see how Eveliina kind of held the disc away from her body on that forehand.
I was thinking the same thing.
Kind of counterintuitive, might slow her swing down a little bit, but she has enough spin to make it happen. She's strong.
Oh.
And letting
She
the people
gone.
know to watch out. Yeah, and that hopefully did not penetrate too far, otherwise...
It's not out of bounds, it's just Scrambleville from over there.
Sarah's gonna need this to straight skip or push to beat that last big bushy guy. And hard to tell, yeah, looks like it's found some of that nasty... Swing her arm through the stuff. Test that out of bounds line on the right. Gonna have like an Annie putt from circle 2 to try to save par.
Oh.
Cut roller felon. Super short little shot, but just gotta make sure
This
to
is
set
when
the
you need
angle.
to be a lefty or something.
Yeah,
Kind of like.
not a bad idea to learn how to throw left-handed shots, especially for even just the tiny short situations.
Get up there. Creative. Loved it. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
And Henna's got some kind of hanging stuff to deal with.
I guess she doesn't want to do the splits.
With how wet it is right there too, she's at risk of just having that left foot slide out on this putt. It's gonna take pretty much all the power of the legs out of it there, making it a lot harder just to throw it with only the arm. Catrina's looking.
Oh, that's going out of bounds. Come on, stay in. Oh, that scared me. Very aggressive on that putt, especially with the OB behind.
Yeah, you almost never see a high putt stay in bounds from that angle. But she didn't quite get the clean spin she wanted, probably. And might have been a blessing there. See if Henna can clean up the par save. Or the clean back 9 to continue, and it does not.
Gilpin with the scramble shot, looking to make this putt to save par, and she does it.
We mentioned earlier that the back 9 was easier, and if you look at the scores so far, we don't see a single red square. That'll change after the end of this hole, but shows you guys kind of how the course is playing.
Unfortunate double for Henna here on the 14th, eating away at those 2 birdies.
Kyle Klein stepping up for the birdie on 18.
Your Open champion, Gannon Burr. Another record-setting weekend on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Back-to-back weeks. Winner coming from the chase card. Pretty special stuff. Gannon Burr, Kyle Klein, 2 young superstars on tour, showing you how to get it done.
Welcome to Music City Disc Golf. We are a 501c3 nonprofit public charity here in Nashville, Tennessee. We strive on including men, women, juniors, and providing competition for all skill levels. We would like you to come be a part of Music City Disc Golf.
Shout out to the Music City Disc Golf Club for helping out here at Mill Ridge. The course looked great this weekend, as well as providing us players with some delicious snacks on hole 9. Here we are, hole 15, 667 feet, because I'm not saying that number. Par 4, surrounded by out of bounds on the right and long behind the basket. This used to be hole 17 in previous years. The drive is very important off the tee here. Most of the ladies are taking the straight shot. However, I have seen some spike hyzers going around that tree on the right.
You guys, they had Snickers bars at the snack bar.
Full size, not minis. Catrina Allen with a great drive. She makes it way down there. A lot of distance off the tee just makes this hole so much more easier.
Oh, that was going to go another 120 feet at least, you guys.
A lot of times when the limbs don't have any buds or leaves on them, you can't quite see them in the sunlight. Gilpin's low conservative play works out favorable for her once again.
Yeah, it's such a game of depth perception, and like you said, sometimes those bare branches just all blend together. You can't tell if it's the branch on the tree in front of you or the one 50 feet ahead sometimes. And unfortunately, just a little bit too much.
Who's that guy?
Hyzer.
Disc Golf Pro Tour Live? He doesn't know how far Henna throws either, does he? Y'all gonna learn today.
Eveliina punches on this one. Wow. Oh my goodness. Goes OB long.
OB long on the second. I've never seen that before in the FPO field.
After getting knocked down too. Wow, she
What a problem to have.
pumping the disc.
This is Gilpin's second shot.
Loving that angle. Let's see how much of a bid she gives that one. I'm gonna guess not too much. She does have, I believe, I want to say it's like 10 straight pars right now at this point.
That's a little left, but there's a bailout zone. A little too left. Looks like she'll have to do some scrambling. That's casual water.
Yeah, she's gonna have to decide whether she wants to stand behind the disc, and she does, because moving away from it in line with the basket is just gonna continue to keep her in this nasty stuff. Hopefully she's got her waterproof shoes on.
Oh, that was dirty. Hate to see it.
It's gonna be tricky again from here. If she can get herself a putt, that'll be really fortunate.
Oh, at least she's out.
Yeah, that's a tough situation for her, being in that you're still out position three
She
times
rushed
in a
that.
row.
She didn't even stand there and think about it. She just
Henna.
walked. Why would you do that? The frustration got the best of her. I know that feeling all too well. Oh, this is dangerous with the OB. Let's hope it curls.
I think she played
Oh,
that
it's
putter.
perfect.
Otherwise, yeah, he
It's
was definitely
perfect.
pushing it. Good disc selection. And Henna once again steps up, fires. Hard to see her let herself kind of have the emotions get the best of her there and waste a shot almost. Oh, Sarah trying to give that one a bid.
Yeah, she put the right height on it. Doesn't quite connect. She'll be putting for par.
And there you see Eveliina taking her 3-step plus a little bit extra.
Even though she went out of bounds, this is a par putt, but she doesn't quite connect. Hole 15's a nasty one.
Yeah, it truly is. We saw it play as the hardest hole on the course.
Well, that's because of the feet. Look at it. Look at those numbers. Of course it's going to play difficult. Catrina getting a
Yeah, I
par
think-
here.
It didn't play the hardest today, but it did in days past. I believe day 2 it did. Holly's not feeling the juju on this one. Any other distance being all three the same number, we're cool with it.
Exactly. Gilpin keeping the par streak alive still. Look at that.
Yeah, one of those players probably when you're playing with her, you just don't think much about it, and at the end of the round, you know, you thought you threw some sick shots, and you're like, wait, you played the same round as me, or she beat me by a couple or whatever, and just flying under the radar and keeping it even keel. Hole 16 is an island hole playing onto the green of 18 from years past, and this one has an ace bounty for a Gibson guitar, I'm told valued around $4,000. So a little extra incentive on this one. If it wasn't incentive enough just to hit that island and try to give yourself a birdie look, don't forget this one is less than a meter bigger than circle 1, so very pinpoint here. The wind has kind of shifted to more of a left to right wind on this one today, depending on when you're playing it, so let's see if it affects the shots at all. Those banners look pretty dead in the back though. Ooh.
Ooh, safe and inbounds.
Yeah, Catrina kind of trying to orchestrate that one to get down. She felt a little bit nervous there. Sarah, let's clear the treetops. Oh my gosh.
Wow, barely in.
Looks pretty good. Just needs to spike fast. Yeah.
Incredible shot inside the bullseye from Eveliina.
He kind of has a drop in the front, so you saw her stumble a little bit afterwards. Common theme. And they've been matching shots all day, and she almost one-ups it.
Yay, a run back.
Well deserved for Henna playing that Halo Destroyer, reading off of her touring partner, and you couldn't even see the disc anymore off the basket. What a tease. Oh. Little show of love from Eveliina there. They know they're walking away with birdies. Oh, and I needed Sarah to cash that to make my prophecy come true of a birdie on 16, the rest pars, but you know, she's got a theme and she's sticking to it.
Oh.
You can tell it's sloped on the camera, but just doesn't quite do it justice. Misses on this one often will roll all the way to the out of bounds line. Luckily though, I don't think we saw a player all weekend end up taking that drop zone putt, so good on you guys, putting it inside the circle.
Ha! Henna putted with her driver and the bag on. That's when you know you've parked it. Hole 17, what a fun new addition to the course this is. 355 feet downhill. Got to go over this out of bounds water. Got to decide how you want to attack this. If you're feeling conservative, you can just throw a low straight shot, have a long putt at it. If you want to attack it, you can go high hyzer, similar to the last shot, over those treetops, crash into the basket. The forehand players do have an advantage here if they have the power. I've even seen a nice backhand turnover shot. Eveliina up first.
She can filter through those trees. I love it. Ooh, and she does get the stick. A lot of times you'll see those kind of drop vertically and roll back out of bounds. Henna matching the line. Can she get the same fortune? Does. Ooh. She does get fortunate. Catrina's is going to need twice the luck. She's going to stay in bounds, and
Was that a
looks like
thumbs
a
up?
thumbs up from the spotter.
A thumbs up?
That is flashing the ring right. The flashing the
That-
rings right there.
I'm
Absolutely.
telling you.
That is no questions about it. And Sarah has no rings. Will she get it?
Come on.
4
Look
for
at that.
4?
Trickle, trickle, plinko.
Oh my gosh. 4 for 4 emotional roller coasters for these players. In that spot, I have been down there. It is extremely muddy, and there's a low branch in your way. Hard to even stand, let alone get the power to throw a putt.
Gilpin pitches it up for par. Let's see if Cat can get the height on it to make the putt.
Oh,
Off the top.
her good putts have just been so close all day, and yeah, it's been a hard day for Catrina. But you know, the back nine's been a lot cleaner, and I'm sure she's at least able to breathe at this point. Yeah, the front nine was definitely a bit suffocating.
Yes, her back nine is so much cleaner. Another par for Sarah Gilpin here on the 17th. For lucky drives from the tee, it was hard to tell that they were in, but thanks to that spotter standing right down there on the OB line, he could see they were all safe.
Is a pretty sweet finisher. This par 5 is 723 feet. The first challenge is clearing this gap and the treetops right here. If you can get all the way to the top here where it flattens up, it's a huge luxury. It can even open up a possibility at eagle. But most players are just looking to get past that first gap, pitch up somewhere just past where the drone just flew, and then throw through the low ceiling to this elevated basket on a wide open windy green.
Eveliina up first, a nice powered drive out of her.
Kind of gets pulled out of the air a little bit, but that's going to be very good positioning. See if Henna can get any more distance. I think this is one of the few shots all day where they haven't just matched each other's lines so closely. She's going to have a lot hairier of a gap to look through over there. Catrina showing that she's still got all the distance that she needs, putting it past Eveliina. Flex on him, Catrina.
Oh, I'm sure Gilpin meant to go over the top, but how
Wow.
fortunate that she landed right in this middle area.
So fortunate. I was gonna say it's gonna be really hard to continue that par streak right now, but I'm putting all my bets on Sarah to finish out with par here.
Eveliina's second shot. Oh. Got caught up on those limbs. This is a par 5, so she can still get a par from there.
Yeah, where she is at is about 300 feet up the hill, so birdie's still on the table, but gonna take a really pristine kind of laser beam shot.
I was trying to get an eagle.
Yeah.
Great little soundbite there from Catrina, letting you guys know her intentions were pedal to the metal.
Gilpin's third shot.
Always nice when the players are close enough to the camera and say something loud enough that we get to hear a little bit of the action. And yeah, here you see that super hairy gap for Henna. Just has to punch it. And yeah, she's got to be pretty happy with that. This is one of those shots that you just got to commit to, and then you're really just rolling the dice.
Caught up on some branches yet again. Still parable, though.
Yeah, very close to what she needed to give herself a birdie look. Farah's gonna play fine here. Henna with a long look at birdie. Well, Saki bomb slammer into the stanchion. Oh, almost a second hit in a row. Oh my gosh, just 3 inches or less low for Henna there. Trying to finish on a high note, and Catrina, just when she was going to be able to finish on a way to hold her head high, and just maybe a little lingering pain there.
Glad to see Eveliina taking her time on this short putt, getting a par to finish. Aside from that one mistake, she had a solid looking back 9. And Catrina really cleaned it up. No bogeys on her back 9. And Gilpin, wow, what a day she had. Only 1 bogey all day long. Almost the queen of clean.
17 pars. She played world doubles with Nate Sexton, and we're going to call her the Nate Sexton of the FPO field. She solidified it right there, and we're glad we got to showcase her skills. Fresh face on Ace Run Pro for the season. Big congrats to Kristen Tatar taking down another one with her hot 7 down round. Yeah, she really distanced herself from the competition out here.
We appreciate you guys tuning in to this final day coverage of the 2023 Music City Open. Appreciate all the friends of Mill Ridge Park, especially the volunteers that came out and hung out in the rain, cold, and wind day 1 and 2, and you spectators for coming out to watch us. Please check out mine and Connor's socials, our YouTubes. Link is in the description. Also, go on and check out Ace Run's socials. And we appreciate you guys who've signed up for Ace Runners. I saw my friend Keith Johnson at the top of the list there. See you guys on the next one.